everyone. I hope you're having a good Tuesday wherever you are in the world. Some of you might be into Wednesday already. I wanted to talk to you about Nikola Motors. I want to talk to you about a couple of things that I learned about it that might be beneficial to you. Honestly, what sparked this video is I keep seeing on social media a lot of questions. Should I buy Nikola Motors? Even when it's $70, should I buy Nikola Motors? When it's $38, should I buy Nikola Motors? Is it going to go up? So here's some perspective in regards to those questions. Right now, there's a big hype on Nikola Motors, right, wrong, or indifferent. Based on experience, Nikola Motors started, the IPO launched June 3rd, somewhere around that time frame. The IPO previous to that was with the holdings company VTIQ. That was sometime in May. The price was $13, then $20, then $34, and then at IPO launch it started at $34 for the NKLA ticker symbol, and that was the IPO launch at the beginning of June. Then a few days later, 1 or 2 days later, the stock doubles because of the potential of the company and the Badger and the nice designs, the nice concept for hydrogen and battery, well executed well executed marketing, I must say. Well, what I found out, and I held on to my shares until about the end of June. The reason why I stopped at the end of June is because when you have a significant gain in your stock that took 2 days to accomplish, to me that's better than some stocks take all year, 10 years to accomplish. Some don't even see 100% gain for 10 years. It just depends. So that's why I personally decided to take my profits and call it a day. Consult your own financial advisor. Don't take advice from a random guy on YouTube, and do your own due diligence. So that's exactly what I did. I did some due diligence. I read the SEC filings where it stated that there were 360 million shares outstanding per the contract per the IPO agreement. But within the first 30 days of the IPO launch, it was only allowed 100 to 124 million shares outstanding in the public sector. That means that there's more shares that can be put into the public sector than there were at the initial public offering. Now, share float. Share float for Nikola at IPO was 24 million. Right now, if you look at share float, it's 126 million. So from a supply-demand standpoint, at the beginning of the IPO, you had a strong demand and limited supply. Now you have an abundant supply and about the same demand or less demand. There you have it. So when people are asking, is $70 a good price? Honestly, if you believe in the company, maybe, but personally for me, it's when there's more shares dumped into the market within 4 weeks, that doesn't sit well with me because the share price goes down. And maybe the people at Nikola Motors don't realize or don't keep track of finances at this level, and they're all about the product and the marketing. That's fine, but mathematically, the share price isn't going to hold above $50 with that kind of situation. So now what needs to happen is more news catalyst needs to hit the news wire, and then we also need to find out who the partners are for these the Badger. I have a good idea of who it is. I can leave it in the comments. I can do another video about the partnerships. Actually, I have done a video on the partnerships. I'll put a link to that in the description below, or I'll put it on one of the slides for this video. And so basically, we need testing, we need execution, we need inspections. Um, a lot is needed. It's very early in the stage for this stock. If you have a long-term vision, and not only that, I mean, there's positive news out there. They're doing deals with Anheuser-Busch. Anheuser-Busch believes in the technology, and they want X amount of trucks ASAP. So there's already PO placed on Nikola Motors for these trucks. What I must say a little bit about the company, not so much about the share price, is that hydrogen is much more popular over in Europe than it is in the United States. So if you look at Germany, they have hydrogen stations, and coincidentally, Iveco, the sister company of CNH Industrial out of London, who manufacture autonomous farming equipment and various other uh, vehicles and semis, through sister company Iveco, who's going to manufacture the Nikola 1, the Nikola 2, and the Nikola Tre, are having good momentum over in Europe because the hydrogen stations, the governments are very pro hydrogen. In the United States, I would say that the leading technology is battery. California has blink charging, or no, that's in Florida. In Florida, they have blink charging uh, that's selling wireless charging technologies. I've done some research on that, and we're just very pro battery here in the United States with Tesla leading the way on batteries. So the hydrogen is TBD right now in the United States, but Europe it's a fully functional concept. Uh, so with that said, let's look at a little bit of data so you can see what I was talking about in regards to the share price. So here you have it. Here's the share price. So at the beginning of June, you could see where the IPO debuted. So here it's VTIQ, then all of a sudden the ticker symbol turns over to NKLA Nikola, and it shoots above $90. So from $20, you go all the way to $90 in just a matter of a few weeks. That is a big move. And I was in this move, still trying to figure out how high or what was a good price for this stock. And I held through here through the end of June, when it's roughly getting to be 30 days, and those other shares were going to be brought into the market. And then there you have it, right around the 30-day mark, the price starts to go down drastically, and it bounces up a little bit and really comes down to the $39 range, $5 off of its $34 IPO debut. So that, I would say, is a reasonable price for the stock. Can it go up? Absolutely. Can it go down? It certainly can. But I would say that around the $30 range is the average for the past, for the IPO launch. It's not the average of the stock price, but with the shares being dumped into the market, that seems to be, personally, like I said, do your own due diligence, but personally, that seems to be a safe entrance price or a holding price. If you bought it here and you spiked all the way up, but you are in the green, or I mean, you still have the price that you paid for it and it hasn't sunk below that, you should be fine. So there you have it. Um, there you have the shares outstanding now, the full 360 million. Some people are going to argue that it was always 360 million. No, it wasn't, because the Securities Exchange Act Commission only allowed 124 million within the first 30 days to be put into the public, and you can get that information on MarketWatch, where it says public shares outstanding versus shares outstanding. And the shares float, here you can see it's much higher than it was at IPO. It's 126 million versus the just 24 million share float. There's all the information in summary, and I hope it is of help. And if you found value in this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I am going to be doing a video on the stock that I'm very bullish on, and that's Workhorse. I'm going to summarize all my thoughts around Workhorse. I'm still doing a little bit of research, but I'll be launching that video very soon. I hope you have a very nice evening and good rest of the week ahead. Take care.